and loved ones. Take proactive measures to safeguard your property, elevate valuables, install flood barriers, and ensure proper drainage to reduce flood risk. In times of flooding, unity is strength. Check in on neighbors, offer assistance, and collaborate with local authorities to provide aid to those in need. Advocate for sustainable land use and conservation practices to reduce erosion and preserve natural flood defenses like wetlands and forests. Keep abreast of weather forecasts and flood warnings. Stay connected with local authorities and emergency services to receive timely updates and instructions. If flooding occurs, prioritize safety above all else. Evacuate to higher grounds, avoid flood waters, and follow evacuation orders and emergency protocols. By working together and taking proactive steps, we can mitigate the impact of flooding and build more resilient communities. Let's rise above the waters and create a safer, more secure future for all. This message is coming to you from Niger State Emergency Management Agency.
All right, welcome back. This is a special program focusing on flooding. Just like I've made the introduction, we have major stakeholders who will be discussing on flooding in Niger State and how best to prevent flooding, if possible, to find a lasting solution to this issue, annual issue of flooding in the state. I have with me in the studios Malam Yusuf Ibrahim Dimas, Principal Meteorologist, Upper Niger River Basin Development, representing the Managing Director, Upper Niger River Basin Development Authority. You're welcome, sir. We have Dr. Aisha Adamu, Director, Environment Monitoring and Evaluation, representing Director General NISEPA. You're welcome to the program, ma'am. We have Professor Idris Ndaliman Abdullahi, geologist from Federal University of Technology, Mina. You're welcome, Prof. Manager, Niger State Urban Development Board. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you very much.
We have Engineer Ilyasu Abdullahi Wara, Director Operations, and Hyperdeck, representing the Managing Director and Hyperdeck. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you.
And we also have Mala Abdullahi Baba Ara, Director General, Niger State Emergency Management Agency. You're welcome, sir.
It's my pleasure.
All right. I think we'll start with the Malam Yusuf Ibrahim Dimas. We are talking about flooding. Annually, the country, Niger State in particular, we are experiencing flooding. And recently, there was the 2024 annual outlook on rainfall. And it is really tense, the report on there. What we had in arriving at this forecast in order for state to prepare to mitigate against the effect of flooding.
Okay, thank you very much for that. First of all, I would say flooding has been happening for a very long time. That is true. But due to human anthropogenic activities now, we're beginning to feel the effects at a very, very colossal pace. That is the issue now. But for the indices we used to bring out this, was a collaboration between NISA, NEMA, and NIMET.
Okay.
We gather meteorological data together, do our outlook, look at how the variance of weather will cause changes and erratic systems, and especially the rainfall.
When you talk about weather, are you talking about climate?
No, weather
Okay.
first.
Okay.
Climate is a broader word for
Okay.
weather.
Okay.
That is it. So this is our own specialists now came together, put these reports together, all the data we've collected from different hydrological stations that we have network around Nigeria. And they brought out this to say, okay, this year we're going to have so intensity of rain. The rainfall is our major input for flooding. So basically, I think that is what happened there.
Okay, let's go to Professor Idris Ndaliman Abdullahi, geologist from Federal University of Technology, Mina. Prof, from coming from the meteorologist, let's look at it. Using the weather, what are the indices apart from the weather that's brought about flooding? Prof?
Thank you. You see, flooding, as he rightly caused by rainfall, and the intensity of rainfall is one factor. Then when you look at the urbanization and so on, there are other factors. Basically, you see, there are riverine areas prone to riverine flooding. Urban areas are prone to flash flooding and others. And you also have factors that we as humans contribute to effects of flooding. One, climate change. Yes, there's really nothing we can do about it, but we can do so much to minimize the effects of climate change.
Okay.
That has come once in a while, or when you least expect it. Heavy rainstorm occurs in an area, heavy rainfall is dumped in an area, and such areas are mostly not prepared for such events. Then you also have urbanization, I mentioned earlier. When you have underplanned development, poorly planned areas, that's one of the major factors in urban flooding. You also have higher density land usage. When small areas of land, you have large population living in them, building haphazardly, and virtually everything is uncontrolled. And one of the big floodplain regulation that is not being enforced. People, out of maybe population or other things, are driven to develop floodplain areas. And when water comes, that's the first area it will want to go to.
Okay.
Then we have improper and inadequate drainage systems. We are lucky in Mina, we have these drainage systems that were built when we had one of the biggest flooding challenges in the state. That was around 1991 or 92. We had that large flood. Even my own area in Limawa that time, we never had. But that year, our house was submerged. It to have been improved and expanded, yes, upgraded once another challenge there. So the other areas, they also have smaller areas that are expected to have their own drainages connecting to these bigger ones, so that flood water can be evacuated very easily.
Okay.
But that is a problem. Then we also have improper waste management. Waste management, people dump refuse anywhere, and drainages are one of the first areas of refuse dumps. And we also have lack of awareness. We need to do a lot of public awareness.
All right.
And government.
Rahman Gigi Muhammad Chat blocked waterways and, of course, poor planning, which is